You have tried the volumizing sprays, the round brushes, the teasing, and somehow by noon, your hair is flat against your head again. If that sounds familiar, you are not alone, and you are not doing anything wrong. You just have not been given the right information yet. Let's fix thin hair together, because your natural elegance deserves so much better than hair that disappears by lunchtime. I research worst style and beauty mistakes and youth-boosting fixes for mature women, so you get simple, proven transformations that work instantly. Today we are perfecting 4 steps that will change how your hair looks, moves, and feels. And by part 3, you will want to pause and look in the mirror. I mean it. We are covering the 4 most common thin hair styling mistakes, from how you are prepping at the sink all the way to how you are finishing. Step 1. How you are washing and conditioning is making your hair flatter. Have you ever finished washing your hair, looked at it while it was still wet, and already felt disappointed? That flat, clinging, lifeless feeling before you have even picked up a brush. That is not a hair problem. That is a wash routine problem. And honestly, it is one of the most fixable things on this list. Here is the thing most women do not realize. The products you use in the shower and where you apply them are doing more damage to your volume than almost anything else. If your hair is thin, the conditioner routine that worked in your... This is the one that made a friend of mine stop mid-conversation and grab her phone to change what she had been buying for 20 years. Most women over 50 apply conditioner from root to tip, which is exactly what makes thin hair collapse. Your roots do not need moisture. They need lift. Conditioner belongs on your mid-lengths and ends only, never touching your scalp. The second thing aging your hair right now is heavy, creamy conditioner formulas. They are designed for thick or coarse hair. For thin hair over 50, they coat every strand with weight it cannot carry. Swap your rich cream conditioner for a lightweight volumizing formula or a rinse-out spray conditioner instead. The difference at the roots is immediate. Now here is the part nobody talks about. The temperature of your final rinse matters enormously for thin hair. Hot water keeps the hair cuticle open and heavy. A cool final rinse closes the cuticle, seals the strand, and gives hair a smoother, more lifted appearance even before you dry it. You do not have to stand in a cold shower. 15 seconds of cooler water on your hair at the end is all it takes. The third swap is your towel. If you are wrapping your hair tightly in a terry cloth towel, you are creating friction and compression at the roots the moment you step out of the shower. That compression is what flattens your hair before you have even touched a brush. Swap it for a microfiber towel or a soft cotton tee. Step 2. Your blow-dry routine is drying out your volume before it starts. Bold truth. The way you are drying your hair may be the single biggest reason it looks thinner than it actually is. Most women over 50 dry their hair in whatever direction feels easiest, and that one habit is collapsing volume at the root before the style even begins. Here is what is actually happening. When hair dries, it sets in the position it dries in. If you are drying your hair flat to your head, it is going to stay flat to your head. It is not about how good your products are or how expensive your dryer is. It is about direction. This is the one technique that changes how your entire face reads on camera and in photos. And it takes less than 3 minutes once you know how to do it. Flip your head forward before you begin drying. Direct all airflow at the roots first, working section by section from the nape of your neck up. You are training your roots to stand away from your scalp while the hair sets, and the lift you create in those first 2 minutes defines the rest of the style. The second thing aging your volume right now is over-drying. Once your roots are about 80% dry, stop. Hair that is bone dry before you have touched it with a brush has already released the lift you just built. Work the last 20% of drying into your styling, not before. Now let us talk about heat settings. High heat on thin hair causes the strand to expand and then collapse, which is exactly the opposite of what you want. Thin hair over 50 responds better to medium heat with high airspeed. If your dryer lets you separate temperature from speed, use that. More air moving faster creates more mechanical lift without the structural damage of high heat. If you are still drying on high heat because it feels faster, swap it for medium heat on full speed. Your style will last hours longer, and your hair will feel lighter and more alive at the end of it. Stay right here, because in part 3, we are talking about the one product category most women over 50 completely avoid. Step 3. you are using the wrong products, or none at all. Have you ever wondered why your hair looks exactly the same whether you use product or not? That is not a coincidence. It means the products you are reaching for, or actively avoiding, are not designed for your hair type at this stage of life. Here is the surprising truth. Most women over 50 with thin hair either use too much product, use the wrong kind, or skip product entirely because they are afraid of weight. And that fear is completely understandable. But it is costing you the one thing that creates the appearance of fuller hair. The product category most women over 50 avoid is volumizing mousse. And that avoidance is aging your hair faster than almost anything else in this list. Mousse got a bad reputation in the 80s, and it has never fully recovered. But modern lightweight volumizing mousse is nothing like what you remember. It coats each strand individually, adding microtexture and body that makes hair appear denser without adding any weight. The key is application. Apply mousse to soaking wet hair, not damp, not almost dry. Wet. Work it through the mid-lengths and roots before any drying begins. That is when the strand is most receptive to the structure mousse provides. This is the one that makes women text their friends immediately. Now here is what to swap immediately. If you are using a serum or oil on your roots, swap it to ends only. Oils and serums belong on dry ends to control frizz and add shine. At the roots of thin hair, they act like glue, pulling strands together and eliminating any lift you have built. You do not need to stop using them. You just need to move where you apply them. If you are skipping product entirely, swap nothing at all for a golf ball-sized amount of lightweight volumizing mousse on wet hair. Start there. Your bone structure and your natural silver will read so differently once the hair around them has body and movement again. Gorgeous hair needs simple upkeep. Once a week, do a clarifying rinse to remove product buildup that would. Step 4. You are finishing your hair in a way that undoes everything. You did everything right. You washed correctly, dried with intention, used the right products. And then, at the very last step, you accidentally undid most of it. That is what finishing mistakes do. They are quiet. They happen in under 60 seconds. And they erase everything built before them. The most common finishing mistake for thin hair over 50 is running a brush through the style from root to tip after it is dry. That single stroke redistributes the oils from your scalp down the entire hair shaft and flattens every strand it touches. Once your style is set, put the brush down. There is one finishing technique that changes how your entire style reads, and almost no one over 50 has been shown it. Once your hair is dry and styled, use your fingertips only, not a brush, not a comb, to gently lift sections at the crown away from the scalp. Press your fingertips to the root and push up softly, then leave it. That gentle separation at the crown creates visual density that no product can fully replicate on its own. The second finishing mistake aging your hair right now is overspraying with hairspray before the style has fully cooled. Hot hair is one more swap that makes an immediate difference. If you are parting your hair in the same place every single day, swap to a slightly different part every few days. A fixed part leaves a permanent crease at the root that collapses volume in that exact spot. Shifting your part by even half an inch every few washes eliminates that crease and distributes lift naturally across the crown. And for maintenance, once a week, sleep on a satin pillowcase. Cotton creates friction that compresses root lift overnight. Satin lets your styled roots breathe and hold their shape until morning. Your style is now finished the way it was meant to be finished, with lift still intact, movement still alive, and a look that holds well past noon. All 4 steps work together. Miss one, and the others underperform. Use all 4 and your hair becomes one of the first things people notice. You just learned 4 steps that most women spend years piecing together from trial and error. And you got all of it in one place today. From the shower to the finish, you now have a complete routine built specifically for thin hair over 50. Boom! Your bone structure was always this stunning. Now your hair is finally going to match it. Tell me in the comments, which of these 4 steps were you getting wrong without knowing it? I read every single one, and I want to know. Next time, we are uncovering the one haircut shape that actually adds visual density to thin hair, and the one that